Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3 with me, Break It Down. Let's get some buffs out before we enter Moonhaven. And that should do it.
Village is falling to pieces. These goblins aren't exactly house-proud as occupiers there.
I wouldn't blame the gobs. The place looks like it's been abandoned a good while. But hey, maybe we can scare up a few dusty bottles of wine somewheres.
I like your way of thinking. Split any takings we find?
Sister, you've got a deal.
Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Rescue the gnome.
Stay away. Now you'll have to face the consequences.
What? A lot of enemies? What do we were warned to stay away?
What's it gonna
Oh.
take?
We can do this real quick. Good job, Will.
Ready.
Well, that was awful. Alright, I'll leave this to Shadowheart. I'm gonna send Karlak. I actually have to... Well, hold on. These archers have advantage.
Favors the fearless.
Good job, Will.
A little help, please.
Oh, there goes my bless. Did you try to push him out of the grease? There we go. One less enemy we have to worry about. Let's jump over here. That way we're out of the grease, and if the cleric tries to run away, it takes an attack of opportunity. Good job, Karlak. Disadvantage, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Oh, it killed him. Even better.
On the victor's path.
Oh, almost killed that guy too, and broke his concentration.
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Alright, he only had 1 health. Don't need to waste a Divine Smite on that. Good job, Karlach. Oh, he's still alive.
This is my time.
Here we go.
The fearless.
Sweet. Then there was 1.
Let's finish this.
Let's get past the grease like this.
Survival is all that matters.
That helped.
Go ahead and short rest as well. Very heavy great axe. It's a +1. What is that? Gargantuan Cleave. Swing your weapon with all your might. You can attack multiple targets but become off-balanced. Which does what? When hit, must succeed a strength saving throw or fall prone. It does weigh 18. It's really very heavy. Oh! Hey, there's a guy strapped to the windmill.
Must be on my way.
There's a couple levers. I don't know if we need to do anything before we flip one. That's a quick save. We don't want to release the brake. We'll break it. Now, is he at the bottom by default? He is. Barkus Root.
Cut me loose!
Free him.
Ugh. Magakamara. Those pustulant thugs! Well, get on with it.
Get on with what?
You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
You owe me nothing.
Nothing?
I'd rather know how you got caught.
My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
You're a little far from home for a deep gnome.
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
Alright, an inspiration point. Always a welcome addition.
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on a damaged old statue.
We should keep moving.
Another episode. Why does this keep happening to you?
You already know as much as I do. Best ignore it. As long as it doesn't hamper us too much.
Alright, so that must be the temple where the night song is at. We'll make our way there eventually.
Defender of the people. Alright, what now? Never wanted the easy path.
I don't think Will would keep a enemy alive like that. I won't make a habit of executing them as I go.
Just another crate.
So I don't have the option to speak with them, we can only attack.
Just another crate.
Alright, so I'm gonna stop picking up every piece of junk that I find.
Weapon blueprints. I'm master blacksmith's work.
Except for this pipe.
Not too refined here. Just quick ideas sketched out.
I suppose I can't read those, can I? This page contains 4 meticulous drawings of different weapons, but weather and age has blotted the ink and made the writing illegible. And though it looks like it once detailed important instructions, this page has turned brittle. Most of its writing has long faded.
Moonwitch rubbish. How much time did some dim-witted artisan waste
Something's
on
waiting
that?
up ahead.
Okay. Regarding strange riders in these parts. Are they ring wraiths? The date on this letter is faded with time, but the paper alone indicates great age. My fellow citizens, for fellow citizens we are, like it or not. I print and post multiple copies of this notice in the region, at no small expense to myself, because I feel a growing concern and alarm at the presence of strange riders in these parts of late. Many of you will have seen them, tramping through our forests and towns under the guise of patrol. They claim they are guardians, sent from Elturel to protect the borders of the great and holy nation of Elturgard. Don't be fooled by shining armor or handsome mounts. I never bent the knee to any Elturgard. I never asked any metal jester to come peering over my garden fence. As you all know, I'm descended direct from the original Selûnite settlers along these banks. I have a half-elven great-uncle who will swear to it. We're peaceable folk, and we get on with the druids well enough, but I pay no fealty or tax to any far-off city I can't even find on a map. I took no small pleasure in telling these thugs just that, and I urge you to do the same. They call themselves Hell Riders. I call them interlopers, and they can bugger off to the hells, them and their city both. With grave concern and serious intent, Damon Briska, proud and free, citizen of the Heartlands. Highcliffe's Journal. The pupil surpasses the teacher. My master weapons are almost complete. There's just one component left. Samson says the designs are a failure, but what's he know? He can barely see past his own belly. I stashed the prototypes and blueprints for now, but just you wait, Samson. Your legend is fading, and a new one will rise in its place. Well, I have the blueprints already. We passed a perception check, I'm not sure for what. Oh, this guy, right? And a calcified web. They're not voice acted? You sniffing where you ain't oughta be, friend. I have to take that nose?
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Yeah, I bypassed your guards. If it meant you harm, I could have just killed you all. Oh, I had the wrong person selected. Well, wouldn't have mattered either way. I'm not gonna roll again. Aye, well, might be you should have, yeah? Oh. So if we entered in through this front gate, Would have been ambushed by all these goblins.
You look good with a few arrows sticking
They're up above
out
me
of your
too.
guts.
Alright, try and get Karlach up there and just throw them off the building. Can I not? There's a ladder out here. Alright, let's do it this way. Well, I was gonna jump. We'll do that next turn. Alright, we need Will over here so he can start zapping these guys across the way with Eldritch Blast.
You must have had your ears to my collection once you're dead.
Let's go get Bless out.
Still breathing, despite everything.
This grease is annoying. I have to make my way out somehow. Alright, cool. We're out of the grease now. I didn't realize Brave Sickness did damage.
I've got it.
Who needs an archer when you have Karlach? You can move at a long distance, jump really high, and then throw archers off of their elevated positions.
Favors the fearless.
Good job, Will. I think my paladin's gonna play a significant role in this fight, unfortunately. But we'll see.
One day I'll catch a break.
Was that a perception check that we failed?
Got to focus.
Or is it a different check? Uh-oh. Alright. So Paladin's gonna get some action anyway. Those gloves of missile snaring are coming in... Is that weird? Coming in very handy. Take care of this guy. Get away from the edge so they don't push me in. In fact... Only 2 damage from that distance?
This is my time.
Sweet.
Easy these days.
Wait, did he just level up too? Even better.
No surrender.
Really? Okay. So why did Will level up before they did? Don't they all get experience at the same rate? Either way, level 4 is exciting. We get our first feat.
Got it.
Or bonuses to your attributes if that's what you want to do.
If not over, then through.
But I'm going to go with feats, and I'll explain why once we get to the level up menu. A dark ring. With a sharpened gemstone at its center, this ring is capable of cutting the very flesh it decorates. Seems unique. Alright, let's level up. Alright, 7 more hit points on my paladin. Another lay on hands charge. It's always exciting. Gain an additional lay on hands charge to heal yourself or your allies. And a new feat available. No new spells though. Okay, a lot of options. So you can go with ability improvement here. You can you get 2 ability points. So currently I have 17 in strength and 13 in constitution. So you could make the argument I should grab this and round out both those stats so I get the full modifier. So +4 to strength and +2 to constitution. But usually in D&D games, there's items and spells that can boost your attributes above typically 20. I think it's like 21 and 25. There might be a 23 version as well. So my plan is to grab feats that increase the attribute by 1 and also provide another effect. So when I get these other items that boost my strength to 21 or 25, whatever I can't naturally get my strength or constitution to, I still get the effect of the feat. So we'll read through all of these real quick and then decide which ones I want to take. So ability improvement, you increase 1 ability by 2 or 2 abilities by 1 to a maximum of 20. Yeah, plus you can't break 20 with this. Same with the feats. They won't let you go past a 20 points in an attribute. Actor. Your charisma increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Your proficiency bonus is also doubled for deception and performance checks. Alert. You gain a +5 bonus to initiative and can't be surprised. Athlete. Your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you are prone, standing up uses significantly less movement. Your jump distance also increases by 50%. That could be very handy. Charger. You gain Charger Weapon Attack and Charger Shove. So deal more damage, charge forward, and slam your weapon into the first enemy in your way. Seems pretty good. And Shove. Charge forward and shove the first enemy in your way. Your chances depend on your athletics and are higher if you're hidden or invisible. Oh, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks either. And the shove distance depends on your strength and the target's weight. Alright, Crossbow Expert. When you make crossbow attacks within melee range, the attack rolls do not have disadvantage. Your piercing shot also inflicts gaping wounds for twice as long. Defensive Duelist. Need at least 13 dexterity. When attacked while wielding a finesse weapon you're proficient with, you can use a reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your armor class, possibly causing the attack to miss. Dual Wielder. You can use 2-weapon fighting even if your weapons aren't light. You gain a +1 bonus to armor class while wielding a melee weapon in each hand. You cannot dual wield heavy weapons. Dungeon Delver. You gain advantage on perception checks made to detect hidden objects and on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. You gain resistance to the damage dealt by traps. We'll probably give that to Astarion. Durable. Your constitution increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. You regain full hit points each time you take a short rest. That gives you more sustain between long rests. That might be worth picking up. Elemental Adept. Your spells ignore resistance to a damage type of your choice. When you cast spells of that type, you cannot roll a 1. Great Weapon Master. When you land a critical hit or kill a target with a melee weapon attack, you can make another melee weapon attack as a bonus action that turn. Attacks with heavy melee weapons you are proficient with can deal an additional 10 damage at the cost of a -5 attack roll penalty. You can toggle this on and off, so it's essentially power attack from Pathfinder. Very good, and we will eventually grab this. Heavily Armored. You gain armor proficiency with heavy armor, and your strength increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. We're already proficient with heavy armor, so that'd be a redundant feat. Heavy Armor Master. Your strength increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Incoming damage from non-magical attacks also decreases by 3 while you're wearing heavy armor. That seems very good. Lightly Armored. You gain armor proficiency with light armor, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Lucky. You gain 3 luck points, which you can use to gain advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, or to make an enemy reroll their attack rolls. Mage Slayer. When a creature casts a spell within melee range of you, you have advantage on any saving throw against it, and you can use a reaction to immediately make an attack against the caster. Enemies you hit have disadvantage on concentration saving throws. And a bunch of Magic Initiate feats. So you learn 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell from the Bard's spell list. You can cast a level 1 spell once per long rest. Your spellcasting ability for all 3 spells is Charisma. So it's the same thing for each class. The only thing that changes is their spellcasting attribute. So Sorcerer is Charisma, Druid is Wisdom, Cleric is Wisdom, Warlock Charisma, and Wizard Intelligence. Alright, Martial Adept. You learn 2 maneuvers from the Battlemaster subclass and gain a superiority die to fuel them. You regain expended superiority dice after a short or long rest. Medium Armor Master. When you wear medium armor, it doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth checks. The bonus to armor class you can gain from your dexterity modifier also becomes +3 instead of +2. Mobile. Your movement speed increases, and difficult terrain doesn't slow you down when you dash. If you move after making a melee attack, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from your target. That seems pretty good too. Moderately Armored. You gain armor proficiency with medium armor and shields, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. A Performer. You gain musical instrument proficiency, and your charisma increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. A Polearm Master. When attacking with a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use a bonus action to attack with the butt of your weapon. You can also make an opportunity attack when a target comes within range. that also seems very good. A free attack when enemies come in range. Resilient. Increase an ability by 1 to a maximum of 20, and gain proficiency in that ability's saving throws. Ritual Caster. You learn 2 ritual spells of your choice. I mean, more spells are always welcome. That's why I think these are good too. I'll probably take these before I take feats that round out my companion's attributes. Savage Attacker. When making melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage dice twice and use the highest result. That also seems very good. Sentinel. When an enemy within melee range attacks an ally, you can use a reaction to make a weapon attack against that enemy. Target ally must not have the Sentinel feat. You gain advantage on opportunity attacks, and when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, it can no longer move for the rest of its turn. Sharpshooter. Your ranged weapon attacks do not receive penalties from high ground rules. Ranged weapon attacks with weapons you're proficient with have a -5 penalty to their attack roll, but deal an additional 10 damage. Shieldmaster. You gain a +2 bonus to dexterity saving throws while wielding a shield. The spell forces you to make a dexterity saving throw. You can use a reaction to shield yourself and diminish the effect's damage. On a failed saving throw, you only take half damage. On a successful saving throw, you don't take any damage. That'll be useful for any enemies throwing out fireballs later. Skilled. You gain proficiency in 3 skills of your choice. Spell Sniper. You learn a cantrip, and the number you need to roll a critical hit with spells is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. Tavern Brawler. When you make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon, or throw something. Your strength modifier is added twice to the damage and attack rolls. Tough. Your hit point maximum increases by 2 for every level you've gained. Warcaster. You get advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration on a spell. You can also use reaction to cast Shocking Grasp at a target moving out of melee range. So I wonder if that gives you access to Shocking Grasp by default, or is it only for the reactions? And Weapon Master. You gain proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. So, for my main character, I like Athlete. Durable seems convenient. Heavy Armor Master also seems pretty good. At least for this stage of the game, where a lot of the enemies we're facing don't have magical attacks. So I'm assuming magical attacks also includes magic weapons. So anything with like a +1 modifier, anything like that. But I think my Paladin's biggest weakness is his movement. Increasing my jump distance by 50%. And that'll help with exploration as well. So I'm going to go with this. Boost my strength 18 for the +4 modifier. At level 8, we'll boost my constitution by 1, so we round out that attribute as well. And after that, I'm probably going to grab the Great Weapon Master. I think it's better to grab that later since, I mean, you can toggle it off, but that -5 attack roll penalty won't be as detrimental when we're a higher level.
My faith protects me.
Alright, Shadowheart. Alright, 7 hit points. Level 2 spell slot unlocked. You gain 1 level 2 spell slot, which are restored on a long rest. It also gains a cantrip and a new feat. Okay, we can do Thaumaturgy. Gain advantage on intimidation and performance checks. Light. I'll probably grab that just for convenience sake, so I don't have to keep swapping for Astarion. A Blade Ward is handy as well, but I think light is better. And then Produce Flame. A flame in your hand sheds a light in a 30-foot radius and deals 1 to 8 fire damage when thrown. Also seems pretty good. Throwing the flame immediately after you conjure it does not cost an action. Extinguishing or throwing it on subsequent turns costs an action. I can see that being useful too. I'm going to grab light though. Then for a feat, I didn't see any feats that boost. Let's not remember seeing any feats that boost wisdom or intelligence, right? It's only charisma, strength, and dexterity, and constitution. I think either Magic Initiate or Warcaster is probably the best option here anyway. Or Ritual Caster for more utility. It's actually a pretty tough call. Warcaster is probably the best first option because we don't have as many spell slots right now at a lower level. So we don't want our spells being wasted by losing concentration. She has 3 odd skills, or attributes. Kind of annoying. By resilient, we can boost any attribute by 1. Alright, let's go with Warcaster here.
The pride of the gate.
Alright, Will. 7 hit points. He gets a cantrip, a spell. You can choose to replace a spell, and new feat available. So Bone Chill. Prevent the target from healing until your next turn. An undead target receives disadvantage on attack rolls. Friends. So gain advantage on charisma checks against a non-hostile creature. So Astarion has Mage Hand, and I think the cantrip adds a lot of utility. I might just go and grab this. We've seen a Minor Illusion and True Strike. I think Poison Spray is the new. I project a puff of noxious gas. He doesn't need utility. I might just give him more damage. We don't have a heal cut ability yet. So if we ever fight something like a troll, which I mean we have fire damage to negate trolls healing. But there's other enemies that have different regenerative effects, so we'll go with Bone Chill. And a new spell. I'm gonna go with Mirror Image. It doesn't take concentration, and it makes him a lot more survivable, actually. A lot of good options, but that'll do. Alright, then a feat. So I like to boost his charisma because that's his primary attribute. There are a couple options for that. There is Actor. I don't know if we really need the proficiency bonus. The only time he's really taking the lead when talking is with animals. You can also do Magic Initiate. He gets 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell from the Warlock spell list. A Warcaster could be a good option as well. Charisma by 1 and musical instrument proficiency, which I'm not too concerned about. I mean, we'll go with this. And then if we ever have to deceive or perform for an animal, he'll be our go-to guy. That gives him the +4 modifier and charisma as well.
Come on, let's go.
Then Karlach will boost her strength, of course. He gets 9 hit points and a new feat. Can't go wrong with that. I don't want her to wear armor necessarily, so let's do... I mean, definitely athlete, right? And a +4 modifier to her strength. And then on her next level up, we'll probably do the attribute, just so we get the 2 points. Because even if we get... I'm never going to give her an item that boosts her dexterity up to 20 or above. So it'll be nice to have that +2 modifier to her dexterity. Constitution, probably. Definitely not as important. Because if I get an item that boosts that to 21 or 25, she'll get that because that gives her armor class as well. In fact, we might get more bang for our buck. No, strength is more important. We need to be able to hit and kill, so... Yeah. Athlete. Fantastic.
Have a lot on my mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to boost your attributes to
Well, in it.
above the 20 threshold, because you can get like potions of Hill Giant Strength or a Belt of Giant Strength. I'm assuming we'll eventually find these in the game. So, besides the early game and trying to get some decent modifiers early on, you really don't need to put points into your attributes. A heavy key. They're made of crude metal. The key's bow is expertly shaped into the letter S. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time we will finish or continue exploring the village. I don't know if we actually will or not, but we'll try. And see if there's any more goblins hiding. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.